Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are gonna show you guys how we handle rabbits here. We've gotten a couple different requests asking how we handle the rabbits, how to handle the rabbits, what the best way is. So we figured we would make you guys a short video on how we actually handle the rabbits. I will preface this video by saying that we do utilize the scruff method occasionally. However, we only use the scruff method to hold them in their cage while we pick them up. Standard size doors on these cages are not very big, and that makes it hard to actually grab the rabbits. Over here, we prefer to quickly get them out of their cage rather than kind of chase them around their cage and get them a little bit more riled up over, you know, a 3-minute period versus like 90 seconds. So we'll go ahead and we'll show you that, taking them out of the cage, how we hold them until we bring them to a surface or their transport cage, wherever we're actually going to bring them. And then we will show you how we hold them while we check their vent, check their teeth, check their hocks, all that good stuff. So if you want to learn how to handle your rabbits the way we handle ours, stick around. We're gonna get to it. This is not the greatest angle, but I wanted to have you guys see it from this angle so that you can actually see what I'm doing. Excuse me. Yeah? Okay. So now what we do is we're going to scruff and hold. So we're gonna put both hands in the cage. We're going to scruff the top and we're gonna hold so that we can slip our arms right underneath the rabbit. I try to get them in front of the cage. Sometimes it's really hard to get them to the front of the cage. So if you can't, I just go like this and I sort of get them where I want and then I hold. Whoop. So I hold. Come here, Les. Bring them forward, hold, just like this, and then keep your hand underneath here and lift with this hand. So it's pretty easy. Once you have your rabbit, you are going to tuck her or him underneath this arm here and hold their bottom with this hand. Now, sometimes if I need a free hand, it's okay. So see, this is when they get a little bit stressed out. So tuck, push down, and then put your arm back in place just like this. It takes a while to get a feel for it, I will say that. Holding them like this helps keep them from getting too stressed out. They can't see anything, they don't really know what's going on. So the natural instinct is to sort of hide in this situation. So this is how you do it. It keeps them nice and secure and it keeps them nice and calm. When you move them from this position, you are going to go ahead and let me see if I can get this down a little bit. You're going to hold their tummy, hold their head, switch them. If you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, you could just do this from the left hand, but I'm right-handed. So then I hold them like this, and I very quickly tuck, just like this. She's been doing this for a while, so she knows what's going on. It takes a while for every rabbit to figure this out. They get a little bit scared, they get a little bit freaked out, but the more you practice, the better it will be. And I always practice when they're little, like these guys over here, because by the time they get to be this size, they know what the deal is. So from here, you can check her feet, you can check her vent, you can check her teeth, you can cut her nails. You have to make sure that you are cradling them very, very well, because if they fall from this position, it can be very dangerous for them. And then when you're ready, all you do is hold their front and tip them back over. She's making it look real easy. It's not as easy, especially with rabbits who are not accustomed to being held. This girl, I have evaluated her, I think 8 times total this year. So she has an idea of this whole process. Okay, putting them back in. So I tend to put my girls back in backwards because then there's no jumping, there's no waiting to get into the cage. So backwards it goes, just like this. Never forget to shut the cage. I've done that a couple times. We never pick up rabbits and hold them like this from their scruff. They get scared, it hurts a little bit. The younger rabbits are not, they don't get picked up by mom like a cat or a dog. So picking them up and holding them by their scruff is not, it hurts them and it causes issues with the pelt. They lose fur, all that stuff. Occasionally, if something is happening, like say I put a doe in with a buck and the buck is being too aggressive or the doe is being too aggressive and someone needs to leave very quickly out of that situation, I will scruff a little bit harder, but I scruff down and I keep them there until I can slide my hand underneath them. And occasionally, if they're too far back, I will try my best to position them forward. But again, if it comes down to my buck getting hurt, my doe getting hurt, then I will go ahead and I will scruff and pull them just forward just a bit until I can get my hand underneath them. But it is not a first resort. It should be used last resort. Essentially, they don't want to be picked up. They don't want to be handled when all you do is scruff. I have learned that the hard way. We're completely honest here on the channel. I learned to scruff when I was first getting into it, and I figured out that that was not the correct way to handle things. I found out later when I processed the animals that they had a bunch of bursted blood vessels. It was really uncomfortable. But again, if it's life or death, if your buck's gonna hurt your doe or vice versa, it is much better to scruff and pull, get them out of the cage so that they don't hurt themselves. Sometimes things can happen, and I would much rather have someone be a little bit uncomfortable from scruffing rather than have a broken back or you know, bleeding or what have you. Since we have time, I will go ahead and show you what we do with the young ones. It's pretty much the same thing, but babies are not quite used to it, so it takes a little while. We try not to get them riled up. We try to do it very quickly because riled up rabbits can be a danger to themselves. Come here, you. So hold, scruff, hold just a little bit, and then grab. Again, it takes a little bit for them to understand what's happening and to know that we're not hurting them. But the quicker you can get them up into your grasp, the better. If you're chasing a rabbit around the cage for 3 minutes, they start to get really, I've never had anyone get aggressive, but they do get very freaked out. And when they get freaked out, they can sometimes injure themselves. Okay, so we're gonna go through the whole thing again. We're going to flip just like this onto this side, hold just a bit till you feel that they're a little bit more calm. Hand underneath their torso, underneath their butt, and then just like that. She's not used to it at all. She's like, what is happening? But she's coming around. She's not too bad off, but yeah. I've been told that I make it look really easy. So if it takes you a little while to figure this out, it's because I've been doing it for 10 years. So, but that is it, guys. That is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. We hope that you learned a little bit today. I think the only thing other than I make it look easy is I would say practice makes perfect. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one.